Good afternoon. Welcome to Andy's Tech Tips and Instructional Videos. This afternoon, we're going to talk about the Windows Task Manager, which is one of the most powerful tools in the Windows operating system. This is going to be just part one of a multi-part series because you'll find as we look into this tool that there is a lot of functionality to explore and to use. The Task Manager can make you a more efficient Windows user, and it's really wonderful to understand. A little history on the Windows Task Manager in its current form. It's been in Windows operating systems for more than a decade, and over 10 years ago, Microsoft purchased a company by Mark Russinovich that was called Systernals. And over the years, Microsoft has incorporated much of the Systernals functionality into different parts of the Windows operating system, and Task Manager is an excellent example of this. As a side project, why not Google Systernals and look at some of their additional tools that are out there on the Microsoft website. They are available and they are free. But for now, let's examine how to stop a program that will not close. Perhaps the program is frozen on your screen and you don't know what's going on. You've waited for a minute or two. It's not going away. Now, I don't have any frozen programs on my system right now, but let's launch a couple pieces of software and we'll examine their use in Windows Task Manager. So to begin, let's open, and you can follow along with me, open the Calculator app in Windows 10. Let's run that. You see that pop up on my screen. Let's reduce that now to the taskbar here along the bottom of your Windows screen. Now, let's launch Windows Excel. Scroll through your applications, Excel 2016, launch that. And let's open up a blank workbook. We're not going to do anything with it, but I just want to have it open. And now I would like to reduce this piece of software down to the taskbar. For our illustrative purposes, you can open any couple pieces of software that you would like. Now, let's access the Task Manager. We can access Task Manager by taking our mouse pointer and taking it down to the taskbar at the bottom of your screen. Go to an area of empty space and do a right click once. You'll see a menu pop up. This is the taskbar properties menu. We have a lot of options in here that we can look at. You can adjust your settings of the taskbar and everything. What we're focused on here today for today's session is the Task Manager option. Alternately, and we're going to click this with the left click now. That will launch Task Manager. Alternately, you can also press Control-Alt-Delete at the same time, and that'll pop an option, and you can choose Task Manager from the resulting menu there as well. Now, the Task Manager you see that comes up on your screen may look more like this, and quite likely it will. It defaults to showing very little details. But for most of us that want to understand what's going on our PC, we want to click the More Buttons area. And notice how it expands out. And right at the top, you'll notice the applications here that are running on our machine. You'll notice we see the calculator. Now, I'm recording this video with a product called Camtasia. That's also running. And we see, remember, we started Microsoft Excel as well. Now, what's really interesting about the Task Manager that you really want to understand is look at across the different columns what they are showing. The most important ones are the one that says CPU and the one that says disk. When your computer is frozen, it's easy to tell which application is causing the freeze because many times they are sucking up all the CPU. It's like one program taking all the horsepower of your car when you are driving. It leaves nothing else for the other applications to use, and it results in a locked system. In this particular example, we see my Camtasia recorder that I'm using right now is pulling, depending at the particular time, 5% of my CPU. Because nothing is happening inside the calculator or Microsoft Excel, they're not pulling any CPU at this particular time, nor are they driving any disk activity. If you ever hear your hard drive, the physical hard disk in your machine running, and you see the light going on and off, and you wonder what's causing all that activity, you can look here in the Task Manager under Applications and take a look at what programs are driving your disk activity. If it's an active program, good. That means it's normal traffic. But if it's a program you don't wish to be running, then you're going to be able to follow our next steps. Now notice, what we're going to do to kill a program today is we're going to pretend that Microsoft Excel is the program that has locked up on us and we're unable to get it to function. Or perhaps we see that Microsoft Excel is running 75 to 100% of our CPU and it's making our PC sluggish. To kill Microsoft Excel from the Task Manager, all we have to do is right-click it, and we have several options here. And the one we want to focus on for today is End Task. Now watch what happens. Select End Task. That program has now been killed on your system, and you'll notice on the resulting bottom taskbar, it is no longer running. Before we conclude today's video, I wanted to highlight one other thing. You'll notice that there are multiple tabs here in the Task Manager across the top: Processes, Performance, and on it goes. We will look at these tabs in future sessions, but today, as we finish off the Processes tab, your active applications that are running are always displayed at the top. You'll notice the background processes. For the most part, you'll never want to end task any of the background processes. These are usually core Windows programs that are running on your machine, and end tasking them without knowing what they do can lead to unexpected results or perhaps locking up your machine. When you're done with your Task Manager session, you've killed the application that you've wanted to end task. You're done looking at your resources usage today. All you have to do is click the X. Thank you, and please look forward to seeing part 2 of Task Manager usage. This has been Andy's Tech Tips and Instructional Videos.